Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. On today's live stream, I'm going to talk about Ethereum. As well, I would like to discuss some news articles and I would like to take a look at Bitcoin. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask those. So firstly, let's take a look at Ethereum compared to Bitcoin and how it's currently performing. As you can see over here, I already draw this major trend that's playing itself out. This pattern is a descending triangle. I think it's of utmost importance. And let's get started right away. What we're seeing over here is actually 3 touch points on the downward sloping resistance line over here. You might say even more touch points, perhaps because this is like a major level of resistance, as you can see, where we're currently trading at. And as well, we have several touch points on the horizontal level of support underneath us. So that is very important for me, for sure. And I think this is a major pattern for Ethereum right now. So let's take a look at what this pattern could possibly look like if we see a breakout outside of this pattern. But before doing so, I would like to show you that this pattern is actually a pattern that already does count, and you have to take this pattern into account, especially because this pattern has already 2 touch points on the downward sloping resistance line, and it has as well already several touch points on the horizontal level of support. So this is very important for me for sure, and this means that this pattern, if it breaks out right now, if this pattern does break out above this downward sloping resistance, if we see a breakout above it, find support on top of it, we might see a major move towards the upside getting created, right? So that could be a major potential move. So major move towards the upside, it could be possibly happening on the Ethereum chart compared to Bitcoin. And that would be absolutely incredible. So let's take a look at what it could possibly look like. I will be measuring by selecting the beginning of the downward sloping resistance all the way towards the touch point with the horizontal support. So if I take this measurement and I place it, for example, over here at the point where I would say we might possibly see a retest of this support, that is where I would like to show you where we could be possibly heading towards. So that would be heading towards all the way towards 0.09 compared to Bitcoin. And I think that is absolutely incredible. And if we take a look at previous data, you could see that we would be heading above a major level of support. So, well, current resistance, but that we would like to find support on top if we see a breakout occur. So we could be heading all the way above this orange line. And for the people who would like to know where I base this level of resistance and support on, it's especially because you could see over here Ethereum got rejected and actually was resisted at that point in time, and over here it tried to break above it as well several times before heading back down, and at that point it was serving as a level of resistance as well. So that is for me absolutely important. And you could see if we zoom out a little bit closer to this part over here, you could see that after Ethereum in the past broke above this level, it found support on top of it before it made this small pump towards the upside, creating a new high. So this is a major level of support and resistance that we have to take into consideration right now. Eventually, if we see a breakout above this beautiful descending triangle. So this breakout is going to head all the way towards the 0.09 Bitcoin, and for sure I think you would like to know how much this is percentage wise, and percentage wise it is actually a major move of 36%, and I think this is absolutely incredible and something you do not want to miss out on, and something I in particular am waiting for to occur. So perhaps it might not occur right now. We might see actually a retest of this horizontal level of support down below. We might see Ethereum getting rejected at this point in time and not being able to actually break above this downward sloping resistance, but it might be possible. So just in that case, that is why I placed this measurement like this, just to see what we could possibly be heading towards. Just let's say this doesn't happen, we might see a next retest of this horizontal support before breaking above this downward sloping resistance and finding support on top of it and seeing a major move towards the upside getting created. So let's say we place it over here. You could see that still at that point in time, we would be seeing a major move towards the upside getting created, and actually being able to break above that level of key resistance that we are trading actually right below. So I think you don't want to take that into consideration. If it occurs over here, we will be for sure breaking above that level of major resistance right on top at the orange line. And if we see a breakout occur later, perhaps over here, we will still have enough strength to be able to break above that level of resistance and perhaps find support on top of it before heading even further. So that is for sure something I think is very important and interesting to take a look at. And as well, I would like to take a look at what the comments are saying right now. So I'm a founder of Crypto Roper. Hope you get as successful as him. So thank you very much for watching this live stream. I really appreciate it. And if you like the content so far, do not forget to give me a thumbs up down below. So let's get a closer look as well at the Bitcoin chart. And I would like to actually show you the moving averages. If you take a look at the moving averages, Ethereum has been actually outperforming the moving averages for quite a long time before it was re-entering the moving average and finding support on top every time on top of the 100-day moving average. So that is actually telling us that this is a major level of support, and I think that is very important for sure for Ethereum, and especially it is telling me personally that if Ethereum is rejected by this downward sloping resistance, that we will for sure find support on top of this horizontal level of support, or on top of the 100-day moving average that has been supporting Ethereum for quite a while now. So that is something I think is very good. And we will be heading towards the Ethereum US dollar chart in just a second. This is what I wanted to show you over here, and that is why I would like to go to the Ethereum US dollar chart. So what I'm seeing over here is actually something a little bit different than what we are seeing on the Ethereum BTC chart. That is especially because over here you are not able to draw an actual descending triangle. Over here you can see that Ethereum was able to break this major downtrend. Ethereum broke above this downtrend and had a major run up towards the upside, and you could see that there were many consecutive candles in a row where we saw actually Ethereum entering this space in a green candle and closing that day in particular with a green candle as well. So this major run up was actually incredible, and I think it still is, and it might not be ending anytime soon. So this is a run up of, as you can see, 85% already, and I think that is for sure incredible, absolutely marvelous. And you can see that Ethereum is actually performing really great right now, that Bitcoin is pumping as well. So let's take a look at what Bloomtech is saying. Bloomtech, what are your thoughts on Ethereum USD? Do you think it might get rejected and might see small drop of 3-5% considering the downtrend for our RSI? So yeah, I wanted to discuss the RSI a little bit later on, but let's get started with the RSI. Why not? And as you can see over here, yeah, my personal opinion right now is you can see that the RSI is in particular very oversold right now, overbought, sorry, and it is very likely, for my personal opinion, to actually re-enter the 75 to 25% ratio inside of the purple box, and that could also influence the price action of Ethereum, and we could probably see a 3 to 5% drop for sure if you are taking this into account. This is of course on the daily time frame, so this is, as I've said before during my live stream, this is a very important time frame to take a look at. So the RSI is oversold at this part, and let's take a look on the 4-hourly time frame. So on the 4-hourly time frame, the RSI is actually doing better. As you can see over here, the RSI is not still on the oversold area, but I think personally it's still quite high to actually see a major run up still proceed on the Ethereum chart. That is for sure my personal opinion, but I think it is not very likely to actually occur that we would see Ethereum actually breaking towards the upside right now, especially because, as you can see right over here, we are trading at this level over here of major previous support, but it's actually serving as a major level of resistance at this current moment. Oh, my bet for that. I wanted to place a horizontal line, and you can see over here that we are actually finding it very hard. Ethereum is finding it very hard to actually break above these key levels of previous support, and that is actually also why we have been trying to retest this level multiple times and getting rejected every time Ethereum tried to. So that is, I think, what is going on right now. And let's take a look at other things that might help us in the price action of Ethereum. So what we are seeing over here is actually something very important to me, especially for you, that you asked Bloomtech. You asked me, is it possible that we will see a 3 to 5% drop? That might be possible, but as you see over here, we are also seeing this bullish divergence on the RSI. We are seeing a higher low getting created on the chart, and we are seeing that lower low getting created on the RSI. So that is something in particular you would like to take into consideration, that we might see a jump towards the upside. That is also why I would like to switch over towards the MACD to take a look at what that momentum indicator is telling us. So let's take a look. Yeah, the MACD is actually telling us exactly the same, the confirmation of the bullish divergence on the 4-hourly chart. And the MACD is telling us right now that there is a crossover occurring at this certain moment in time. And I personally think that will give enough strength for Ethereum right now to be able to break above this level of resistance, find support on top of it for the very first time after getting rejected multiple times. And that is something I think very interesting for sure. So for me right now, with my information that I've got from the chart at this point in time, I don't think we will be seeing a 3 to 5% drop. I think we will be for sure seeing a move towards the upside if you take as well the MACD into consideration. Devil Deal, welcome back, and I'm really glad you're here as well. If you're liking the content so far, do not forget to hit that like button down below. So this is Ethereum right now, and let's enable as well the moving the EMA ribbon. For sure, the EMA ribbon is as well supporting this major uptrend of Ethereum towards the upside, and you can see that it has been supporting Ethereum for quite a while now. It tested multiple times the EMA ribbon, and it wasn't able to break below the EMA ribbon, and I think that is also not very likely to occur right now if we are seeing as well a bullish divergence and a MACD crossover. I think the EMA ribbon will once again serve as a major level of support and will be able to give that momentum to Ethereum to be able to break above this horizontal level of resistance at $3,243 and find support on top of it before heading even further. So let's take a look at what a possible major breakout for Ethereum could be in the upcoming days and hours. So to actually take a look at that, I will be placing this upward sloping support line as well as this upward sloping resistance line over here. And what we are creating at this point in time is actually a broadening wedge, as you can see over here. And I think a major pump towards the upside will be very likely to occur, and that a major move towards the upside like this will actually confirm the breakout that we would possibly see outside of this descending triangle on the Ethereum BTC chart. As I told you before, a major move of, I unfortunately forgot how big this move is going to be, but it's almost a 40% move, and I think that this breakout of this broadening wedge will actually confirm that 40% move on the Ethereum chart. So let's take a look and measure this correctly. Let's say we will see right now a breakout outside of this broadening wedge. The way I would measure this move is by actually selecting the beginning of this upward sloping support line and heading all the way towards the touch point of the third touch point. So just to make sure you understand me, is this part over here. So at this point, this is actually aligned with the measurement tool I placed. If you can see over here, that is the touch point that I'm actually going to use as my measurement to this potential breakout outside of this broadening wedge on the Ethereum chart. And let's say it will occur at this point in time over here. we might be seeing a major breakout of approximately, I think personally that it will be as well, yeah, around the 40%. So this is a 42% breakout. On the BTC chart, it was a 39% breakout, and that is actually confirming that this is a very possible scenario for Ethereum right now. And due to the fact that we are seeing the MACD crossover and the bullish divergence on the RSI, I think this is very likely to occur. So please let me know if you agree with my thoughts down below in the comment section. I would really be very happy to hear what you are actually, what your opinion actually is about Ethereum and what you think will possibly happen in the upcoming days and hours. So that is for sure something I would be very happy to see. This is my Ethereum analysis. That is what I wanted to show you for sure. As well, I would like to read a message on the news article that went today on as well, on crypto news and on Cointelegraph. And I would like to actually start with this news over here. So Senate infrastructure bill isn't perfect, but could the intention be right? The provisions of the US fracture bills stirred up a heated debate, but many of the fears voiced by its critics are misguided. United States senators have cast their votes, and the contentious H.R. 3684 infrastructure bill created in the upper Congress chamber, now the gigantic document of over 2,700 pages and amounting to almost 1 trillion, is heading to the House of Representatives, including the provisions expanding the definition of a cryptocurrency broker designed to beef up crypto and decentralized finance, tax compliance. The 1 trillion can't come out of thin air, right? So I think this is very important. I won't be reading the entire article, but what I actually wanted to say, or to my impression about this, is actually they can't actually hold back cryptocurrencies anymore. And they are actually right now not saying that they are accepting a cryptocurrency or legalizing it as a legal tender, as we have seen before in other countries as El Salvador and other countries that might perhaps in the upcoming months place Bitcoin as a legal tender or actually accept Bitcoin as an overall payment method. I think it is very important to know that the United States is actually not getting rid of crypto at all. They're only implementing their new types of, well, as you can see over here, taxes for cryptocurrencies. And I think that is for sure something I personally am not that bearish on this news. I'm actually very bullish on the news because I think this is great news for the overall market due to the fact that the United States is not banning crypto at all. They're actually slowly and carefully trying to implement it in the way the United States works and how they will tax it and how the future of cryptocurrency is going to look like in their country. So let's go back to the charts, and if anyone has any questions for me to take a look actually at, for example, other type of cryptocurrency of your choice, like Litecoin, Binance Coin, or just tell me, I will take a look at it. But before doing so, I would like to take a look at Bitcoin for sure. So yesterday during the live stream, if you watched, thank you very much for doing so. We were discussing the Bitcoin US dollar price and the possible scenarios yesterday. So yesterday we were seeing this minor drop on the Bitcoin chart. We were seeing this over here. We saw this minor drop all the way towards here. It was a 6% drop. Yesterday when I was talking about it, it was a 5% drop. It still was looking very, well, not very bright, let's say. And I personally thought that Bitcoin would be seeing a retest of the 42,500 level or 43K level, somewhere around here. But unfortunately, we did not see actually the retest of this upward sloping support of this parallel channel, what I personally would have found incredibly good to know. But what I think is also good to know is that Bitcoin actually found support on top of this level of support where it was trading above and where it was getting resistance previously. So I think this is something good to see, that Bitcoin found support on top of this level of support where we are currently trading above. So and Bloomtech, I agree on the MACD. Thanks. Thank you very much for answering as well, and I hope you appreciate the information so far. So thank you very much, and I hope you will place a tremendous trade once we eventually see that 40% breakout on the Ethereum chart. What I personally am waiting for and very pumped to see occur, because that will be a major trade that I do not want to miss out on. So let's head further to Bitcoin. As I told you yesterday, I thought it would be heading towards the 43K. Unfortunately, it didn't, but it was able to find support on top of the $45,495 level. And right now it's currently trading at $47,235. What I think is a major, actually incredible move, especially because if you take into consideration that lots of people thought Bitcoin was over when it was at 30K, and right now it's 7K above, the 17K higher, and people are once again like very interested in crypto. And I really hope that people bought the dip at 30K and they are not right now re-entering the market without the gains that we had from 30K all the way towards 47K where we're currently at. So I really hope all the people that are watching right now were able to buy the dip at 30K. If you didn't, that's a pity, but next time be aware, Bitcoin is never going to zero. So yeah, this ascending, this parallel channel, this breakout, if it occurs, if we see a breakout above this upward sloping resistance line, it would be a breakout not as major as we are expecting a breakout on the Ethereum chart. The Ethereum breakout will be for sure something out of normality. We will for sure be able to see a major breakout out of the Ethereum chart, and the breakout on the Bitcoin parallel channel would be something like this. So let's say Bitcoin is right now heading all the way towards this upward sloping resistance, and it will be able to break above it. If we see a breakout and a retest finding support on top of this level of upward sloping resistance, we might see a breakout all the way towards the orange box. The orange box, for the people who have seen the videos before, is a major level of support and resistance where we might be getting rejected, or where we might be able to find support on top once we break above it. So if Bitcoin breaks out of this parallel channel, it will be heading all the way towards the 58K, and that is for sure a level that you would like to be seeing in the upcoming months. And I personally think it will be occurring a lot faster than lots of people think, but that's just something for the upcoming days. Right now, I think personally that we will still trade inside of this parallel channel, perhaps see a retest of this upward sloping support line. I'm personally waiting for that moment to start a long position trade, to trade it all the way towards the top and accumulate more Bitcoin while doing so. But that is just, of course, my personal strategy. As you could see over here, I personally thought that the EMA ribbon wouldn't support Bitcoin yesterday, but it actually occurred that Bitcoin was able to find support on top of the EMA ribbon. For sure, it's really great news for the overall Bitcoin trend, but I personally was expecting a slightly bigger dip or a bigger price action of Bitcoin towards the downside, but Bitcoin got very well supported by the EMA ribbon, and that is for sure something very good as well. So if we take a look as well at something else on the Bitcoin chart, it's the Bitcoin daily chart, and not the EMA ribbon, but the moving averages. And more importantly, I think these moving averages will be breaking the, will be actually will be very, very important, because I think the moving averages, once we see the crossover of the 50-day moving average getting above the 100-day moving average, we will for sure see the price action of Bitcoin explode exponentially towards the upside, and perhaps we might be seeing that retest of this level of resistance at 56,000 US dollars. So that is for sure a key level of resistance, and I personally think that a retest of that level is perhaps something that we would be seeing in the upcoming days. So I'm not saying that we will be staying there, but it might be possible due to the fact that we are seeing the crossover on the moving averages, and that is for sure something very interesting and very important, and it has a lot of influence on the overall price action of Bitcoin most of the time when this occurs. So as well, something more importantly is actually the bull market support band. I like to talk about the bull market support band, especially because we were quite a while trading below the bull market support band, and at the moment we were able to enter the bull market support band, we saw that there was almost no type of actual resistance, just this small moment of resistance over here. But after this minor dip, we saw an uptrend that actually pushed the price of Bitcoin above the 20-week SMA, and that is for sure, I think, something very interesting, and I think this will be something I personally am waiting to find out and to see in the future occur, and that is the crossover on the bull market support band. So what is the crossover on the bull market support band actually going to do, or will it have a lot of influence on the Bitcoin's price action? Well, my personal opinion is yes, it will be. It will be very, very influential. I think it will give Bitcoin enough strength to break out of the current prices and re-enter the previous all-time high area, trading in between the 56k and the 65k. I think that is the area that we are going to head towards after we see the crossover on the bull market support band. And that is also due to the fact that if you take a look at previous data, once we saw the bull market support band have a crossover over here, afterwards Bitcoin was able to find support on top of it quite a while before it went exponentially towards the upside. So I'm not saying that we will immediately see a major pump in Bitcoin's price action, but what I'm saying is once this crossover occurs, perhaps somewhere around here at the 28th of August, we might be seeing a major move on the Bitcoin's price action. Perhaps not on that day, but let's say if we stay on top of the bull market support band for quite a while, perhaps until the 20th is, or perhaps now October, I think that's way too far, but perhaps until the 26th of September, late September, begin October, if we are still trading at these levels and we haven't seen already the major breakout towards the upside, I think eventually if Bitcoin is able to stay above the bull market support band, we will see a major move towards the upside getting created. So once Bitcoin is above the bull market support band, I'm just saying buckle up, because we will be seeing a major move towards the upside for sure. So for the people who are watching right now, thank you very much for watching this live stream so far. If you like the content, do not forget to hit me a thumbs up down below. And also, if you're interested in joining our Discord server, do not forget to go down below in the description and join the Discord just by clicking in the link down below. So that would be highly appreciated. Let's get a little bit of data on Bitcoin as well on the 4-hourly chart. Let's disable the bull market support band and let's enable the RSI and the MACD. So if we take a look at the RSI is quite high at this moment. It's very likely that we will see Bitcoin actually stay at these levels, or perhaps even go down once again, retest that level of support, that area approximately around the $45,495. And what I'm seeing over here is actually not something very special. Right here you are seeing a even high and a lower high. You might say it's a bearish divergence if this high would be a little bit higher, but I think this high is not well, it's not significant enough to actually call this a bearish divergence. It's a small tad higher, but it's not high enough to actually call a bearish divergence in the price action of Bitcoin. So that is for sure something that I think won't have a lot of influence. What has a lot of influence is that actually the RSI is quite high, and that could potentially mean that we will see the RSI get rejected again and re-enter this part of the RSI at approximately 50% or so. So that is for me what I'm personally thinking that will occur, that we will see a retest and perhaps see a retest of that parallel channel upwards sloping support line where I have been talking about as well. So that is the RSI. It's not looking very spectacular at this moment. It's mostly telling us that it's more likely for Bitcoin to stay where it is or go down. The MACD actually is having a crossover just as the MACD on the Ethereum chart is, and perhaps this might have a bigger influence on Bitcoin, Bitcoin's price. It might be driving the price up, but what I think personally is that this won't be very huge or very significant, especially because the RSI is actually telling that Bitcoin does not have that much space to actually advance and create that major pump towards the upside. So I think this personally, the RSI will actually try to pull Bitcoin down and keep Bitcoin where it actually is right now once the crossover on the MACD occurs. So that is my Bitcoin opinion at this moment. If the people who are watching so far are liking the content, do not forget to hit me with a thumbs up. I would highly appreciate that. And as well, I think for people who are interested in trading this move, do not forget that down below in the description you will be able to find several links to several different cryptocurrency exchanges where you are able to purchase cryptocurrency but also trade cryptocurrency to make these trades and this channel possible. So very interesting to see what is going on right now. And what I wanted to tell you as well is this over here. So Argentina's president calls crypto a hard currency that can fight inflation. So if you saw my Twitter, you could see that I already made quite a tweet about this that was well, I thought it was quite fun to see that actually all types of countries and well, let's say companies are actually agreeing that crypto is very serious and that people do not have to joke about it anymore. It's becoming a real deal, and I think this article proves that, and a lot of countries prove that cryptocurrencies are becoming the new standard. So let's take a look at what they're saying in the comments. I saw a comment popping up. Bloomtech, is it like your and your brother's full-time job? Just curious. Well, hello. What I would like to say about that is, firstly, I'm not the brother of Crypto Rover. We are just friends. We have been friends for quite a while now, and yeah, we have always been interested in cryptocurrencies since the late 2016 to the beginning of 2017, let's say. And we have invested a lot of time in cryptocurrencies, and I'm trying to make it my full-time job. I really like cryptocurrencies overall, and right now I only work like one day during the week, and the rest of the time I try to trade. And right now I'm once again making videos for all of you guys, so you can join me in the trades that I will be making sure in the upcoming weeks, but also giving you the information that I'm seeing right over here on the charts. Further, what I wanted to discuss was, of course, this article over here, and I will be started by just saying that I won't be reading everything. What I just wanted to tell you is this part over here. Alberto Fernandez, the president of Argentina, has made some remarkably bullish comments about crypto, noting that tokens may have the power to fight inflation and operate as hard currency somewhat. Although he sought to temper his musings by adding the caveat that he is not particularly well versed in the world of decentralized digital assets. So he's actually saying he's not very well known with the cryptocurrency space, and that he has still a lot of things to learn about it, but he is telling a lot of people that it can actually fight inflation and that it might be a solution for a country that has already suffered a horrible economic crisis during the past decade. So that is something I think is for sure something good to know. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the support from India, and I'm not sure how to say that in Hindu, but thank you for watching for sure. So guys, if you would like me to take a look at anything else, please let me know right now. Otherwise, I will be discussing a little bit about Cardano and what this Cardano price action is doing right now and what we are seeing at the current time. So yesterday we were talking about Cardano and we were seeing that Cardano had a break towards the downside. Right now Cardano is absolutely performing as the greatest asset of all the way towards its $2, heading towards a new all-time high, and that is for sure for me something I think is absolutely incredible, absolutely marvelous. And of course, not just that, Cardano is leading the race compared to Bitcoin. Cardano has not stopped any time. It has been performing very well, and not just now, it has been performing very well overall. We saw this major dump after, but you could see that Cardano is actually always able to stay at that level where it found support on top quite a while. I don't think we will ever see Cardano head below the $1. I think that is absolutely impossible. And right now, I think what I said yesterday was that we would find support on top of the 0.236 and we would be able to perhaps see a major move towards the upside, otherwise heading toward the 0.382 level, the golden pocket entry. But as you could see, the 0.1 the $1.68 level was exactly as predicted. You could see over here we had a touch point, and if we take an even closer look over here, you could see that this candle went all the way back to $1.67, so exactly as we predicted yesterday during the live stream. So I'm very glad to see this, and for the people who actually placed their long position over here, I'm very glad you did so. I unfortunately was waiting for Cardano to break below this point to go actually and see a retest of the 0.382 level at the golden pocket entry at approximately $1.55 or 56 cents, but unfortunately my position did not get filled, and right now I'm actually really annoyed I didn't listen to myself yesterday, that I was actually calling this $1.68 level, but I was waiting for way too long because I was way too focused on the Bitcoin's price action yesterday. So that's just something I wanted to talk about that happened yesterday during the live stream, and I'm very glad we called that $1.68 level of support for Cardano for sure. So McCreamy, Troy, is it going to pump? And it's below 1 cent. So I am not sure if you would like me to take a look at Troy, but for sure let's take a look at Troy on just CoinMarketCap and where it's currently at. So we are over here. Troy, this cryptocurrency, is at rank 399. It is at 0.01, and if it heads towards the 1 cent, that could be a major potential move. It's right now a little bit lower. That could be at 10x rapidly. So let's take a look. Whoa, let's take a look. It has a market cap of 81 million. It's quite a small cap, as you know. You could see that during the past 24 hours it has been 10% up already. Or let's take a look, is it on the overall? And during the past 3 months it's looking quite regular for this type of coins. Its prior all-time high was over here at this point in time on the 17th of April, and the price was actually at 0.03 cents. So that is not as high as I would have personally guessed it would be, but if it's heading to 1 cent, that is a major move. So Troy is a cryptocurrency you would like to take into consideration to take a look at. I unfortunately haven't heard about Troy, and I do not know if this cryptocurrency has a lot of potential. I must say that if you're investing in small cap coins, I do that as well a lot, but I personally like to invest a lot of time in my research before investing in a cryptocurrency that has a small cap, that is under the 100 million in market cap, and that is actually at rank 399 or below it. And actually all the cryptocurrencies below 200 position, I would like to do a very truly research what they're all about, and if I do believe what is going to occur with them. So for Cardano, let's head back and let's take a look at, for example, the EMA ribbon. The EMA ribbon is actually far above underneath where we are trading currently at, and you could see that yesterday the EMA ribbon was actually supporting Cardano at $1.69 or 68 cents, where afterwards it went parabolically towards the upside, and we saw this major recovery of Cardano of approximately 17%. So that is for sure an absolute marvelous trade for the people who were able to trade this move, and I would say that I'm very happy if you did actually trade this move on the Cardano chart. Currently it's looking very good. It's a little bit overextended, so it might possibly head back down. It might be possibly heading back towards the 0 level of this Fibonacci, finding support on top of it at approximately $1.90 before it will be heading even further, or perhaps breaking back down. But I think personally right now the major key level of support will be at $1.89 for the people who were wondering what that could possibly be. And let's take a look at the MACD. The MACD is right now not having a crossover anytime soon. Perhaps it might have a crossover tomorrow at, let's say, or tonight, and maybe tomorrow morning we will be seeing Cardano head back down and finding support on top of the $1.89 level. That is of course my personal opinion, that by tomorrow morning we would be seeing Cardano once again finding support on top of that level where it got previously resistance. So that is very important as well. And if we take a look at not just the MACD but as well at the RSI, we could be saying what is possibly occurring. So yeah, the RSI is overextended. That is something I already thought so, and I think Cardano is overextended overall at this moment, so I think it's very likely to head back down. Just have a period of calm before it will be able to break once again towards the upside. So that is for sure looking very good to me. And I think Cardano will be, as I said right now, heading toward the $1.89 level. It's just absolutely incredible how well Cardano has been performing lately, and that Cardano is heading actually towards its all-time high as the very first coin. I think perhaps we might see Cardano break its all-time high record before Bitcoin is going to do so. So on this note, I wanted to actually stop this live stream. I really hope if you were watching that you enjoyed this live stream so far. If you did so, do not forget to give me a thumbs up down below, and as well I will be highly appreciating if you could join my Twitter. I will be posting lots of fun tweets and as well informative tweets about all types of trades or price actions in the current market. So once again, thank you very much for watching this live stream, and I really hope you appreciate it so far. I hope to see you soon, and have a nice day.